It's Pastor Andy here, and I just want to take a few minutes on this Thursday and challenge you. You know, I've been working on a project at home. We're remodeling a couple rooms in our house, and man, like I have really been focused on that, put most of my time and energy these last 5 or 6 weeks into doing this remodel. And in the meantime, my garden has just gone south because like weeds are growing up all over the place, and this thing that looked so beautiful early on has kind of gotten out of control. I want to tell you that as a church, I kind of sense that same thing could happen. You know, we're in a new normal. About half of the people that attend the Valley Church are attending online. The other half are attending on campus. And that's one of the good things that have come out of all this is that we've expanded the way we can reach people. And we're now a hybrid church, and people can join the Valley Church and join services and engage anywhere, anytime. And I love that part. That has been the silver lining in this whole process. But I sense that we're coming to a time where we're going to have to make a shift, and a shift in all of our lives to re-engage with people. One of the challenges is that we become isolated and then we don't grow spiritually. And I've seen that in my own life. I'm way less engaged with other people in the church and with other followers than I've ever been. And I've learned this in life, that when you're disengaged with other followers, you don't grow spiritually like you would otherwise. In fact, you end up going backwards. And that's a danger for you. It's a danger for others, and for really for the mission of the Valley Church. And so I want to issue a challenge to you today. I want to challenge you to re-engage. Now, I understand all of us have really enjoyed the increase in margin in our lives. We've dropped other things out, and because we're less busy, it's felt fresh and it's felt good, and it should. That means we were overworked, and we need margin in our life to follow Christ. You know, Jesus didn't make it an option for us to do life by ourselves. He insisted that we do life with other followers, that we were created to do life together. And so I'm going to ask you to begin to selectively re-engage. And when I say selectively re-engage, don't do it all. Do something. Doing it all is what got us in trouble before and made us so tired. We were over busy. And that's why we've liked this time where we've been able to push away and say, hey, it feels good. But there are some things that we're going to have to do that maybe are inconvenient, that cost us some time, that aren't only for us, but are for others around us. And that is, we are to do life together. So I'm going to ask you and challenge you to get into a group. Whether it's a life group, whether it's an alpha group, whether it's the Valley Women's Bible Study, whether you decide to do a journey study with another believer, but join one of these groups and engage. I'll just tell you, you really haven't gone to church if you've just gone on Sunday morning, whether it's online or on campus. If you haven't been in a group where you're engaged in the life of other believers, that's where you really discover what the church is all about. And I'm going to just challenge you to do that. If you'll do that, we will be the church that God has called us to be. You will be the kind of people that God has called you to be. And what I've discovered is when we step out of that relationship, when we step out of engagement with other believers, that's when life begins to go south. Our spiritual journey goes backwards. And that's when I hear the stories from people that said, when I stopped doing this, this started happening. And we begin to sense and see some of that. And I want to encourage you, if you want to continue to grow in your spiritual journey, but if you want to help others continue to grow in your spiritual journey, to be the ambassador God's called you to bring heaven down to earth, is going to cause all of us, it's going to call all of us to be engaged with other believers. And so that's the challenge today. I hope you have a great week. Can't wait to see you in group. God bless.